Hey, good morning. Wow, you can tell it's the Friday morning of Greenbuild because I am tired and there are huge bags under my eyes. So I apologize in advance. I'm going to try to get caught up on a few of my sessions that I didn't have time yesterday to record. The first one I wanted to talk about was the LEED Fellow Program update with Beth Holtz, who heads up GBCI. I feel terrible saying this, but USGBC, constructive criticism, USGBC, and GBCI, we got very little information in the presentation, and then we had a pretty robust Q&A session, which is great, but there was just some confusion even before we started the Q&A session. So there was people asking questions that either had not been fully explained in the presentation that probably could have been or should have been. There had to be an expectation that, members and attendees in true tradition will always ask questions about in the weeds and technical support, etc. So if anybody out there is watching from National, just some food for thought. So here's what I did learn about the program. It actually is officially live today. The first phase of the program, if you want to nominate somebody or be nominated, you have to put in your phase 1 application between now and, what is the date? Well, pretty much 7 weeks. Okay, so it's open until January 7th, 2011. If you want to be nominated, if you think you're eligible, you must have significant LEED project experience. You must have 10 years of quantifiable green building experience and be an AP with specialty for 8 years. So I'm sure you're thinking, well, that's not actually possible. Yes, you're right. So the way that it works is you had to have tested in like the 2001, 2002 time frame, and to determine whether or not you fit that, maybe your memory is a little bit fuzzy, log into my credentials on the GBCI website and it should tell you. Now, interestingly enough, you can't be nominated by just anybody. It has to be somebody from, quote-unquote, your peer group. So they also must have 10 years of quantifiable green building experience and be a current LEED AP with specialty. Now, they don't have to have had it for 8 years or a specific period of time. So if you've just recently opted in and you have the 10 years of green building experience, you can actually nominate somebody. There's an application process. There's a phase 1 where you determine whether or not you and your nominator, or your nominator and your nominee, qualify to participate during that 7-week period. At the conclusion of that process, you'll be notified whether or not you are permitted to move to phase 2. So that's the next step. With phase 2, really robust nomination process. A lot of information will be shared, and it's an overview of the nominees' green building history and portfolio and contributions. You also have to have 4 endorsers, which is kind of interesting. So you have to have 4 people willing to give a statement to one of the mastery levels. So the mastery elements are 1, technical proficiency. You must show technical proficiency. There's also education and mentorship, leadership, commitment and service, and advocacy. So you have to have 4 people willing to comment on your proficiency in that area. Now, that's not the nominator. Those are 4 additional people that are going to submit commentary on your capabilities. Let's see, it's all done online in true USGBC, GBCI fashion, which is great. The judging board is made up currently of USGBC Board of Directors, the credentialing steering committee, and those that are in a very solid position to decide these applications. Still kind of up in the air about the definition of what 10 years of green building experience is, and there was some, kind of snarky comments made about, well, don't you people know you're here? So, again, just some weird background to that. So there's a lot of additional information. I definitely foresee the chapter doing some sort of piece on how to become a LEED Fellow, but it is kind of happening now, so we hope to get that turned around soon. All right, thanks so much. Talk to you later.